Did he leave Lucy back home? And Del Valle scores his second knockdown. And this time, Guillen looks like he might be finished.
Yeah, I think he's looking for a way out. He actually told Benji, he nodded like no.
Very impressive 5th round KO win for Lou Del Valle. Goes to 6-0, his 4th knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Benji Estevez calls a halt to this contest. The time 44 seconds into round number 5. Your winner by TKO victory and still undefeated, Luis Orlandito Del Valle.
Welcome back. Oh my God, you knocked that guy out. Well, I mean, that must hurt, man. If you hit me like that, I'm definitely gonna call the police.
Hell, you know, hard work paid off. You know that whenever I step into the ring for every single fight, I look at it that's the time where I'm going to have fun, because every single fight, you know, I win it in the gym. I work very hard for it, and you know, as you see it in the little video, you know, hard work paid off.
Do you already see yourself winning each of these fights before you even fight, or is it a situation of let me just see what happens?
Nah, man, I work very hard. I work very, very hard for every single fight, and every time I step in there, there's no losing in me. And if I find myself in a situation where I feel, you know, that I'm against the rope, you know, I know what I gotta do, and I'm gonna go very deep down in my pocket, and you know, I know I'm gonna come out with the win, because I don't see nobody out there training harder than me, and you know, I know I deserve to win. And you know, everybody that they put in front of me, I see it as a challenge, as a threat for every one of my goals, and that's what I do. Go over there and, you know, handle my business.
What are you scared of?
You know, in the ring, nothing. You know.
Nah, I didn't ask in the ring. I said, what are you scared of?
Nothing that I can think about right now.
Everyone has fear.
I don't know.
Okay, he appears to be focused. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right, now check it out. He quit. He just quit on you. He just gave up. He said, you know, boxing isn't for me. I discovered whatever, and I'm no longer into this. What would you say to him?
It's up to him, you know. I mean, he came here. He didn't have a high school diploma. He got a GED. You know, he's a smart kid. He'll go to school and make something of himself. I'm not going to push nobody to become a fighter.
Are you putting all your energies into this one artist or one fighter, or is there other people in this gym?
I mean, as of right now, he's the main one in the professional level, but I got a whole bunch of kids here that I want them to reach these goals. You know, and I have a bunch of talented kids here in the gym. Most of them are hard-headed. Most of them want to be funny. They don't take it that seriously, but I'm always there pushing and wigging at it. And, you know, I give them, I call it real tough love, you know. I'm real strict with them, you know. I make sure they do their schoolwork right. If I get a messed up record at school, I'll approach it. If I get phone calls from school, I approach it, I punish them. You know, I mean, I got a whole bunch of kids here that got the potential to make it as well as he did.
I think I could take him. I believe I can take you.
Well, put your money where your mouth is.
You want to see? You want to go for it? Okay, here we go. Let's make it happen.
I'm gonna get you, Sonny. Listen, I'm gonna whoop you. I'm gonna whoop you like you stole something. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Come on. That's all you got? That's all you got? That's all you got? You're watching The Path.
Hi, I'm Marisa and welcome to The Path, where we focus on positive people, places, and things in the Hudson Valley. Today I am here with David Kraai. David, who were or are your musical influences?
You know, probably definitely the guy I think is the biggest, you know, musician of all time is Bob Dylan. He's a huge influence, you know, writing, lyrically, emotionally. Also definitely love Neil Young. You know, really any music that's got a lot of soul to it, emotions, other old R&B stuff like Sam Cooke and Aretha Franklin and Parsons. I love all those old country guys like Merle Haggard, Willie Nelson. Again, anything that's like well written is going to stand up to the test of time, and anybody that is feeling what they're doing, you know, it's going to do it for me.
Great, good, good. When did you start playing?
You know, everybody is always like, I grew up in a musical household where there was like 18 cousins playing fiddle on the back porch. I guess I didn't really have that, but my stepdad was always a musician. He started showing me some stuff on guitar when I was maybe in 5th grade, and you know, I did a little bit here and there, but like most kids, you want to go eat candy and run around. So I started taking music, I guess, real seriously, you know, maybe about a decade ago, and that's when I started really, you know, practicing and respecting and getting going with it, you know, for real.
Okay, I guess that takes me to my next question then. Why did you start playing? If it wasn't a musical household, then
well, I mean, I guess it wasn't like everybody played music, but everybody loved music.
Okay.
My folks, my dad my dad lived in San Francisco next to Janis Joplin, and my mom was always playing music, and my stepdad and my stepmom, and so even though everybody didn't play music, everybody loved it, and so I grew up loving music, listening to the band and Janis and Bob Dylan and Sam Cooke and stuff. And so I always thought musicians were like these incredible people that were like, you know, not to be religious or whatever, but like these gods. And I always thought, man, I could never be one of those people. But then I guess things turn and you shift around and you feel some things, and then you get to be one.
Then you get to be one,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I can kind of relate to that. Music was always in our household. Like, we listened to the stereo growing up. We didn't watch TV. There was always music. If we were cleaning the house, the music was on. No matter what, throughout the day, it was just more music than television. So.
Yeah, never sitting around watching the fish tank. That's really interesting.
How would you describe your sound?
You know, I guess the term probably gets overused a lot, but I really think my music and the music I make with my band, the Saddle Tramps, is just American music. And I mean, America is a melting pot where all these different cultures and types of people came together and made something new, which was America and American. And our music, I think, is, you know, all of that stuff put together. I think it's country music, it's folk music, it's soul music. It's, you know, there's moments where I just feel like I was in a gospel band for 10 seconds in the middle of a song. So we're kind of everything put together, just American music, you know.
All right, no,
And that's what, you know, American music can be what it is to anybody. It can be a little bit of everything, or, you know, sometimes you go into Little Italy and everybody's just eating pizza and then they walk over to someplace else. So just a lot of different things, but slanting towards America,
Okay.
melting pot.
Good. What inspires your writing?
You know, I'm a very nostalgic guy, so I'm always thinking about things that happened or could happen, or the past, or the future. You know, again, it's all about emotions. So.
About emotions, just being there in that moment, or kind of...
I think it's everything all at once. I mean, you look at some of those old Bob Dylan songs that are a real narrative story. It's not, you know, just this boring story. That there's like a larger thing going on. And so whenever you listen to those songs, even if we're not living in a politically charged moment in time, they still resonate. Or then you listen to something maybe by Neil Young that's just really like an emotional moment he's having, and it's pure, and again, it's a real emotion, so you can lock into it. And I think as long as there's a specific feeling and emotion behind a song, if you then kind of craft it in a vague enough sense that everybody can relate to it, it'll always work for you, because you got to sing it, and then hopefully it'll always work for everybody else, because they can put their own personal experiences onto your personal experience.
Good. Talking about politically charged songs, I understand